Hey, you guys, it's Debbie from my Vagabond Style, and I'm here to bring you a fun new project that I did. Um, I had been wanting to do a donkey for a long time, and I ran across some stained glass patterns on Pinterest, and so I started saving a bunch of stained glass patterns, thinking that I could do like a puzzle piece kind of type of collage, which I've done before. I will link the playlist to the other puzzle piece ones that I've done. This was just a little bit different because I didn't, you don't have to make your own pattern on here. Like I could totally do this one right here. This is just a stained glass pattern. And then what I would do is just pick out the papers that I wanted. But I wanted to take some of this donkey and some of this donkey because I really liked them both and merge them together. And this is the one that I came out with. So it's got part of this face here and it's got part of the shape of the donkey and a lot of it is a lot of each of them. I mean, I even changed right here on the donkey. If you just, like I said, if you just want to do a straightforward one, especially if you've never done this before, I would recommend just getting a off of Pinterest or wherever stained glass pattern and of your animal of your choice and going from there. It is super fun. So what I came up with in the end was this, and I just put it on this blue piece of paper because it was a lot easier to show you with this background. I think it's super cute and I hope that you give it a try. So let me kind of tell you a little bit more of how I did it in case you want to try it. What I did was I made a copy of this one after I got done drawing how I wanted it. And then I got another copy of it because I want to cut these pieces out, like each piece like this, I want to cut out a pattern for so that I have it for the next time. I went ahead and did that, and what I came up with was this. So I numbered these pieces in the order that it was the easiest to put it together. So I would highly suggest that if you ever want to do this more than once, if you really like your design. So what I did was I numbered this this ear one L and one, one left and one right, and then this goes on top of the ear here. And so now when I go to do a second one, it will be way easier. And what I would do is now that these are my pattern pieces, I make a copy of this original. And these I can cut out with the colors that I want. Upside down. So let me get the donkey, the base donkey. And we'll trade this one out here. So when I cut this one out, I really probably am going to cut some more of this off because I don't want any of the under donkey to show. So I'm going to get some different colors. You can use scrapbook paper. I used a lot of magazine in this one. This is magazine. It was grass, and then here's more magazine, 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 scrapbook, magazine, magazine, scrapbook. So it really doesn't matter, just whatever kind of paper you want. So once you find the colors that you want, this was 1L, I just cut this out. And so then I put it on here, 1L. I'm just going to draw around it and then cut it out and glue stick it on there. So let me do that. Just cut this out real quick. Now this one, for the interest of time, I am not being very fussy about it, but I did a little better job on the first one. So when I'm putting this on here, if it's sticking out, if the white behind it is sticking out, I'll just cut it off. But right now, it looks pretty good. So what I would do is just glue it on. should have my little gift card out there. Now, if that's sticking out right there, I can always cut that off. There's a little white right there. So the next one that I would do is look for 2L and cut that out. Now, if you're interested in doing my donkey, I'm going to have to figure out how I can get you this. I really don't want to email everyone this, but we'll see what we can do if I get requests for the pattern. Maybe I can figure out how to do that. I think it's Ko-fi, where you can upload free images for people. Okay, so see how that is right there? I could have, the reason a lot of times I did the second printout of this is so that, because I'm going to be covering some stuff up. And if you want to see exactly where it went, it's a little bit easier to do it that way. So I need to look for whatever color I want to put here, but you kind of get the idea of that. I think probably the most intricate thing was the eyes, but maybe that's because I did it myself. If you're just doing it off of a stained glass pattern, it's going to be a whole lot easier, you guys. Like the first few times, please do it. Don't get frustrated. Do it with a stained glass pattern and don't deviate from it because that's where you get a little bit more detailed, you know, unless you want to. Hey, you do you. So let me find some more different papers and we'll keep going. Okay, it's the next morning and that's why the lighting looks a little bit different. But I did go through a couple of magazines and this is like a big catalog. Super heavy. It's all neutral tones though. There's not hardly any color besides the browns and the creams. But I really like a lot of stuff in this. Especially there's some small things that I could use for my Rooms Gone Wild series. I did find this right here. I thought would be good. Number 3 is the top part of his head right here. So I'm gonna, I think, use this piece right here. Ooh, that's good too. It's a really good one. But I think I'll stick with this since I already ripped it out. It's not gonna make that much of a difference. So the reason that I numbered them the way that I did was if something overlaps on top of a particular piece, it's got to go down first. So that's why they're numbered the way they are. So it'll be a little easier for me when I go to lay something on top of it, instead of having to work on putting something underneath it. I'm just kind of holding this in the light so that I can see where I'm cutting. It's not a real definite line. It's more of an impression. There we go. You could certainly use like a white gel pen or something on this if you wanted to. However, I would definitely flip over the, what I would do would be do this. Instead of going like this, I would go like this and do it this way so that you could not have the white pin on the front of your piece. So this would go right here. Now you see what I'm saying about I'm laying this down, but I'm kind of covering up where the eyes are going to be. Now I drew these eyes, and if I think what I could do is cut out the eyeball right here that I've already drawn and use that rather than having to try to draw these eyes again. I just might do that. I think that's kind of a good idea. Let me cut those eyes out. Kind of just experiment as you go, I guess, right? Yeah. Now, I wonder how this would be if you did it with material. If you're a sewer, you could just kind of applique it. I think that would be really cute. Okay, let me put the eyeballs to the side. We'll put this, not this, put this right here. This is a little bit more realistic donkey than the first one that I did. Like this. But I don't have any scrapbook paper, you guys. I only brought magazines. I did not bring on this trip any scrapbook paper. So, and I really didn't have an idea how long I was going to be here either. So, okay, let's do number 4. I'm going to cut a few pieces out and I'll be back. The next piece that I'm going to cut out, number 4, is this piece right here. And I did find something for it already. I think I'm going to do this piece right, something along here, maybe get some of these flowers. I really kind of want to save this image right here because I really like him. But I'll be right back. This was number 4, and I ended up cutting the pattern like this so I could see more of this. So on my pattern now, I'll make this adjustment so that I could kind of see. And when I put it on here, I'm not going to glue it so that I can't lift it up. I want to be able to lift it up and make sure I'm lining everything correctly. Okay, now I can still pull up on the edges here and put it where I need to, the next piece. Actually, I think I need to move it up just a hair. Right there. Okay, and then for number 4, I started to do something off of here and I really didn't like it because it needed a pattern. So I changed it to this. I found a picture frame. So I found a picture and I cut out this part right here and I'm going to put it right here. So this is number 5. And you know, it's a pattern, it's a homemade pattern, so things are not going to fit exactly right, but it's just meant to be close enough. And I feel like that will be good right there. Now, if you're looking at the bottom here and you see that they're all uneven, what will happen in the end is I will cut them to fit. I'll probably go right along this line right here and it'll be fine. Okay. And I will later glue everything down better. That's my usual. You guys know that. Okay. So now I've got 4 and 5 done. I'll look for number 6. Which is starting on this page. Oh, I don't want to lose the eyeballs. Okay, so here's number 6. I'm going to cut this out and I'll show you what these little dashed lines mean. Okay, so for number 6, I chose this piece right here because I liked the texture on it. I thought it might look a little bit like his tufts of hair. And so that's number 6. When I line it up, I'm lining it up with these curves right here. I can see this curve and this one right here. So I'm just going to put one little thing of glue right here. And actually, I should have moved it up just a little bit. I want it more right here. I don't really want to put it over that. So let's line it up. And that's good for right now. And then when I go to do the eyes, behind the eyes here, let me show you. Right here, that's why I have this, so I can kind of line it up. I'll stick this here, line it up where I want, and go from there. So I'm going to keep this piece handy still, along with the eyeballs. But right now I'm going to do the nostrils. Those are number 7. 7, oh, are those not the nostrils? What am I doing right now? 7 is the cheeks. I'm going to do the cheeks right now. So let me figure that out. I'll be right back. Okay, 7 is interesting. 7 is a chandelier that I found, and it's a 2-page spread of a room. And so I really liked this chandelier, and I thought it would go great for the cheeks. So this one is 7L, which goes on the opposite side here. And I am just going to line up the edge right here and put a little glue there. I was looking and I knew I wanted to do this color, but I wanted something with some texture. So when I saw this chandelier, I thought, that is it. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to line up on this side. Same kind of deal. Like I said, this white piece, if it's showing in the end, I will just cut it off. I think that's right where I want it. Okay, the next one is 8. So we're going to do the eyes. I need to look for something. I'm going to do light behind the eyes because on this one I really liked how it made the eyes pop with doing something a little bit on the lighter color. I have to say, doing this the first time, I have to do this with all magazine, but it's way easier to do it with scrapbook paper to find your images. But as far as a fun factor, like it's very satisfying to find these fun things to use. So I guess it depends on, how much time you want to spend on it. So I think these would look great framed, like in a kid's room. It would be fun to do one donkey one way and then reverse it and have the other donkey going the other way. I think they'd be really cool. Okay, so let me find something for the eyes. I like this right here. I think I'm going to use that for the eyes. I think that'll work out really good. So I think I'm going to do these this way. Draw them right here. That should work. That way I can see the marking better. So I cut these out, and now I'm going to take the left one and I'm going to match up where the eye is. And it's right about where that comes down there. So I hope you can see that, right about there. And I'm going to put a little glue. Might as well glue it on well. Okay. That worked out really good with cutting that eye that I had already made, so I didn't have to try to redraw it. Okay, and then I'll do the same with the other side. Looks like it's right about there. Just trying to get an idea. Okay. Okay, and now let's put him on here. This is where he's going to take a little, his personality is going to start to show. Oops, that's going to go on top. Right about there. Now, if I want to double check it, I can lift this up and see where it ends. Here's the line right there. Right there. So I would just match that up. There's nothing else that's going to go under there, so I did use quite a bit of glue. And then if I want, I can take this picture and just see if it's kind of matched up there. Yep. I think I'll end up cutting that little piece of brown off the top. Let me show you. There's a little bit of brown right there. I'll just cut that off. Okay. Other eye here. It's going to go right there. All right, now we're going to get, I'm sure, the muzzle. Let's see, that's number 9. Yep. So let me cut that out and we'll figure out what we want for that one. I shut the camera off and then I found this piece, and I do want to show you that another way you could check it is to put this number 6 on top of here and, you know, fold it back and just see if you're in the right spot, which I am. So, okay, I found what I wanted. And I think this gal in her sheep's clothing will work perfect for this. So I'm gonna, and then I have some black that I need to use. So I will probably use this area right here for the nostrils. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace this one out. I think the thing that takes the most amount of time with this is finding the right images that you want to use. And it's going to be interesting to put this one right next to the other one that I did and how different they look by using different colors and textures. So I'm going to go ahead and use this piece right here. I liked the color. I think it kind of brings in some of this to kind of coordinate it. And so this was piece 10. I'm going to take piece 10 and put it right here. Right there. I'm going to do everything but the very bottom of it in case I need to get under it. But I know I won't need to get on the top part, so we'll do a nice bit of glue on that. I think that's good. All right, and then for number 11, which are the nostrils, I used this right here, and I've already cut them out. And these can get glued all the way. Flip them over here, and I had them numbered left and right, but I think I know which one. This one is the left one. And when I'm putting it on, I'm kind of looking at this right here, seeing where it is. That's how I know exactly where it is, by looking at that. And it doesn't really matter, like, as long as it looks right. I can see a little bit of that under there, and that's what I wanted. Okay, let's get the other one. Here's the other one. Again, I got this kind of as a reference, right? You can see it off the side of the screen there. Let me move it over. So I'm looking at that. You know what? I think it's a little bit long, this right here. Cut that off. Okay, and the last piece that I have is his bottom lip. And let's pick a little color, and it's going to go right there. So we'll decide what color we want for the bottom lip. On the original one that I did, the first one I did, I used pink because I thought that was kind of cute for the lip. So I might look for something like that. Here's a little pink right here. Use that, or even this. I just need a little bit. Yeah, I could use that. So anyway, I hope that you give these a try. I say these because, I have others in the paper piecing or paper puzzling, collage puzzle. I don't remember what I called it. But I have a few of these, and they're a lot of fun. And let me rip. And we'll see what this looks like. Now, I don't know where I'll use this. I'll put him on something, but I just don't know what. I'll have to see what I want to do with these. Also, I think if you made them smaller, you could make really cool greeting cards with these. Oh, that's cute. Yes, I'm going to use that. Okay, now the last thing I have to do is either take the art glitter glue and kind of go around this so it's all flat. And then I would also go right here and cut off that white that's sticking out and anything else that isn't quite right, like this bottom piece. So here he is with a background on him. I really think this would be, if I could find the right, maybe pasture or something to put behind him, I think that would look great. I just am so limited with what I have here right now. I don't have anything to put behind it that I have in my mind. On this one, I did go around with the black pin, which makes things stand out, and you can do that or not. You could leave it just like this if you wanted. But I hope you guys give this a try and check out my series. I'll link the series of all these puzzle, I can't remember what I called them, paper puzzles, I think, something like that. But I will link that in the description and also put it here. It's probably somewhere up here for the playlist on that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.